Hi everyone, this is Miss Minton. Today I'm going to model opinion writing using text evidence from a book. Before we hop into our model, I want to take a second to review opinion versus fact. Take a look at our anchor chart. A fact is something that's actually happened and can be proven true or false. Some things to look for are numbers and statistics, names, places, time and dates, historical events, scientific data, and references. An opinion is someone's personal belief that isn't always true for everyone. Some things to look for are descriptive words, words like best, worst, always, never, feeling based words, believe, think, feel, seem. Take a look at the examples at the bottom. The first sentence says, dogs are the best pets. That is an example of an opinion. That's what someone thinks about dogs. That's how someone feels about dogs. Look at the second sentence. Dogs are mammals. That is a scientific fact. That is not an opinion. That is a fact that can be proven. Today, we are going to read part of the text, What Built This? Then, I'm going to use a graphic organizer to organize my thoughts to write a paragraph about my favorite animal home. The title of this text is What Built This? This book is all about animal homes. Animal builders. Not our builders are human. Some builders are animals. What do they build? Male bowerbirds build the bower for females, then decorate it. Prairie dog towns. These animals dig underground tunnels with rooms for eating and sleeping. Take a look at the diagram at the top of the page. It says a family group has its own burrow with several ways in. I noticed that the author labeled this with a 1, and they also labeled the diagram with a 1 in different places. These are the ways inside of the burrow. I know that because they are labeled with a 1. And then the information labeled with the 1 tells me that there are several ways in. Air vents keep fresh air moving through the burrow. I see that this one has a number 2 next to it. So I'm going to look for the parts labeled with a 2 to find the air vents in the diagram. There's one here. There's a number 2 here. There's a number 2 here. These are the air vents that let air through. 3 says the bedroom is often deeper underground. I'm going to look for the number 3 in the diagram. Here it is. This is the bedroom. I know that because that's what the sentence labeled 3 told me. Take a look at this photograph. The caption says, Prairie dogs are only found in North America. Remember, when we are reading a nonfiction text, we want to look at the words and the text features. We want to also look for more information in diagrams, photographs, captions, fact boxes, all the different kinds of text features that we will see in a nonfiction text. Sociable weaver bird nests. These birds make nests from sticks and grass. One nest holds 400 birds. Take a look at the photograph at the top of the page. Sociable weavers live in southern Africa. Termite mounds. These little insects chew wood. They build huge piles with the wood and mud. Take a look at the text features at the bottom of the page. We have two photographs and a fact box. One queen, 165 million eggs. The king and queen termite live in a special room. The queen can produce thousands of eggs per day and can live up to age 45. In the photograph, the author chose to put a label so we know that this is the queen termite. Puffer fish circles. This male fish makes sand art on the floor of the sea. A female fish lays her eggs there. Take a look at the photograph and the caption. Ocean divers first noticed mystery circles in 1995 near Japan. In today's video, I'm going to be modeling how to answer the following prompt. Based on this text, who built this? Write about the animal home that you think is the most interesting and why. To help me write my opinion, I'm going to be using a graphic organizer. A picture of the organizer is to the right. It says Oreo Opinion Writing. There are four sections in this graphic organizer. The top section, O, stands for opinion. This is where I'm going to write my opinion. The second section, R, stands for reason. I'm going to write one reason why I have that opinion. The third section, E, stands for example. Now I'm going to give an example of something that backs up my opinion. The last section, O, also stands for opinion, and that's where I'm going to restate my opinion to wrap everything up. Let's take a look at the first section, O. This is where I'm opinion. This is where I'm going to write my opinion about the most interesting animal home based on the text, what built this. Today, I'm going to be writing about prairie dog towns. So I'm going to write my opinion in this section of the graphic organizer. Prairie dog towns are the most interesting animal homes. The next section is where I'm going to write a reason why I think that the prairie dog town is the most interesting home. In order to do that, I'm going to look back in text. Okay, so here I am in the text on the page about prairie dog towns. I'm deciding to write about prairie dog towns because they are underground tunnels with rooms for eating and sleeping. I think it's very interesting that they have designated rooms in their home like we might in our home. In my home, I have a room for cooking, a room, my kitchen. I have a room for sleeping, the bedroom. I do different things in different parts of my house. And I think it's interesting that prairie dogs also do different things in different parts of their house. Now, I'm going to use that information to write my sentence for the reason I think prairie dog towns are the most interesting animal home. Their homes are built underground with many different tunnels and different rooms. Next, I'm going to provide an example. I have to look back in my text again for my example. So now I'm back in the text looking for an example of the different rooms that prairie dogs have and the different parts of their home. I'm going to look in the text features. Take a look at the diagram at the top of the page. It says the bedroom is often deeper underground. That is an example of how prairie dogs have different rooms in their home. So I can use that in my writing. Now I can use that information from the text to write my sentence about an example. Some rooms are for eating and others are for sleeping. The bedroom is deeper underground. Last, I'm going to restate my opinion. As you can see, the prairie dog town is the most interesting home. Now, I can transfer my sentences from the graphic organizer into paragraph form. So I can take the ideas from my graphic organizer, put them in complete sentences if they are not already in a complete sentence, and write them in paragraph form. So first, I'm going to write my first sentence. In my opinion, prairie dog towns are the most interesting animal home. Their homes are built underground with many tunnels and different rooms. Some rooms are for eating and others are for sleeping. The bedroom is deeper underground. As you can see, the prairie dog town is the most interesting animal home. Take a look at my paragraph. Notice that the first line in my paragraph has a space. It is indented. This is called an indentation. So paragraphs start with an indented to show the beginning of the paragraph. If there was another paragraph underneath here, it would also have an indent to show that it's a new paragraph. At the bottom of my paragraph, I added some pictures of a prairie dog coming outside of its little town. And I also added a picture of the prairie dog town that was in our text. So I used pictures to reinforce my opinion. In today's module lesson, you will be writing your own opinion. You will have a text to read, and you will have to write about your favorite based on the text. As you are writing that, I want you to think back to this video and how I went back into the text to find my evidence, to find my examples, to show why I thought the prairie dog town was the most interesting home.